Where are you at around that? Which they don't like they didn't hate all the whole that they didn't see and they're like,
All right, so hello everyone. To those of you who are returning, welcome back. To those of you who are new, welcome. We are Engineers for a Sustainable World, a group of people who believe that while it is not unreasonable to say that the world has many problems, it is unreasonable not to do something about it. Now, there's no question that climate change is the most complex problem that humanity has ever faced, and it would be naive to think that any single one of us can do something about it, but luckily enough, we are not one person. And it just so happens that we live in the most technologically interesting period of human history so far. So again, welcome to ESW. Now we only have about an hour to run this meeting today, so I'm going to ask that we save all questions to the end. We can meet out in the lobby there, go over everything. Somebody's coming after us. So without further ado, I'd like to get to what we did over the summer period of this class report. First and foremost, we went on overnight to the Adirondacks, sort of like a team building exercise for everybody who's in Rochester. It was a lot of fun. We climbed 3 mountains, which sounds a lot more impressive than it was. It's like this sort of a thing. Yeah. Also, we built a solar collector as part of a project with a local food group. They're called Flower City Pickers. They bring food to homeless shelters. So this is like the sun hits it, warms up the air, and the tube flows into there where the food is, dries it out so that they can use it longer. And that's the segue into speaking about projects that we have lined up.
So the first project is the one that you just talked about, the Flower City Pickers one. So we built the solar collector for that project, but we didn't actually build the dehydrator yet. So that's something that we want to get done as soon as we possibly can. This PowerPoint will be sent out. So where it says sign up for project teams here, you'll have this link sent to your email. If you don't already get our emails, let us know and we'll get you on the list. Also, I'll have my laptop out at the end of this, out in the hallway. So if you want to sign up for one of the projects that I'm going to go over, if it sounds interesting, just sign up out there. So the first one is the Flower City Pickers solar dehydrator. So like you said, they're a nonprofit, they collect food, but they get an abundance of food. A lot of it's a lot of one thing. So if they get 1,000 pounds of apples all at once, there's going to be no place that wants that many apples. So what they want to do is they want to be able to dehydrate some of it and save it and give it to the 100 people later, maybe the next week when they don't get any apples donated. So right now we're looking for a leader for that project as well as members. As far as project leadership goes, I was training myself how to do that. It's a little bit of extra work, but just, you've all been a leader in some capacity before, so it's not a full ton of extra work. These will be available for you to see. So if you want to look more more in depth at what these projects are before you actually commit to them, that can happen as well. And like you said, questions will be left at the end. So if you have questions about more in-depth knowledge about these projects, let us know. The next one that we're doing is the mobile water fill station. So the stakeholder for this is Amy Krill. She's head of the whole sustainability department for RIT. So this is something that she wants done by the end of the semester. So I have a little schematic of the model that she gave us. So what I want to do is I'm going to lead this project. This is really good for someone who wants to get into project leadership and doesn't really know how. So what we're going to do is we're going to build the first one all together. I'll lead that project. And then what I want to do is get within that project team, split it up, do 2 project teams, 1 leader per team, and you'll make the next 2. The goal for that is introduction to project leadership. You know a little bit about the project. And it's pretty simple, it's not that hard. It's about 4 hours of work to construct this. We're going to do a campus cleanup. So Chris went around this summer and he identified where a lot of the trash is. This is probably most, if not all, of where the trash is on campus. So the goal is to get rid of all of it, and you can get really creative with this project. You can organize an event through ESW to have the whole school join and to pick up trash, or you can do it yourselves. There's some really large items that we want collected. So you're gonna have to work with that mess. Other campuses to figure out how we can remove this garbage.
I also want to point out, by large items, she means there's literally a sedan in the woods from the 1930s.
Yeah, there is.
It's just there. And we would like to, if possible, make sure that a lot of this material is recycled, make sure that, it gets where it needs to go, so it's not contaminating the environment more than it already has.
So this is kind of a continuation project. This is something that a team helped build last semester, and it's 2 solar panels. We have 6 solar panels that we're trying to figure out what we want to do with them. So one thing that we can do is there's a little hut in the community garden, and we want to be able to power it with solar. This little hut, we call it the bug hut, it's going to be filled with larvae that is composting. So eventually we're going to team up with dining services to get some food in there, and get the larvae in there. But the biggest problem is that the larvae aren't going to survive over the winter unless there's some sort of power. So that's why we're going to install the solar panels. This project's really cool because there's kind of a mini project that's going to happen before this one, which is going to involve making a solar powered phone charging station, and that's going to be in the city as well. The last project that is one of the major projects is for Water for South Sudan. They're a nonprofit. They're located in Rochester. We work in South Sudan to build wells. The big problem is, the big problem is that there's a lot of areas in South Sudan that are really secluded. During the dry season, they have absolutely no access to water, so they have to leave their homes. So building wells is really all that they need, so they don't have to leave. But they've built, at this point, 349 wells, and they don't have the best database to track all the information that they need, so they asked us to build them a database. And that's also a 1-semester project. For this one, you don't have to know how to build a database to be on this team. We just need 1 expert that knows Microsoft Access and VBA. So if you don't know how to use those, but you want to learn, this is a good project for you. If you know how to use them, this is also a good project for you. At that point, we would hope that you would teach others how to use those too. There's some other project opportunities. So the big difference between the first 5 I talked about and these ones is that the first 5 I already wrote this, which is a project chart for those. For all of these projects, for all of these projects, We haven't yet worked these into our budget. So if you want to work on these, either you need to get a team together or you need to propose a plan, and depending on the project you might need to get a budget from us for that project. The first one is a better bin. That's a design challenge. We usually do design challenges every year. The reason we're not super stoked about doing this one is the deadline is September 20th for the first round. So if you have all the time in the world and you want to research this online and do it, please absolutely do get a team together and do that, because it's a really cool design challenge that I encourage you to look up. I just don't think it's that feasible to get that done. But if you think it is, then absolutely prove me wrong. That little picture up there, that's like a little lemonade bottle full of algae that we collected at RIT. This project has been going on and off for about 2 years. What they've been doing is using the algae to create algae cardboard, which some of you may have seen before. It's not really used wide in the industry yet, but it's absolutely feasible. If you've seen our little display case in Gleason, then you can see one of the little pieces of cardboard that we made. So if you want to continue that project, do some research on what we've already done and make it better, then all the power to you. Just need a project proposal. Down here, this is a photo taken from the community garden. This is the greenhouse that our past president built a couple years ago. Go ahead and find a seat, guys. I have been the one that's been managing it, and I'm going to be graduating in the spring. So if anyone wants to, keep it up, whether just growing vegetables or actually doing some renovations inside the greenhouse, I'd absolutely love to see the people with that project. On the far side, we have a little vertical garden, and if you can see at the bottom, there's some fish in there. So we've been working on hydroponics, vertical gardens, kind of all that combined. There's a lot of people in this group that are really interested in that. We just don't have actual project lined up. There's a place down in Rochester called the Greenhouse Cafe. The owner has been working with ESW students, and I know that he would love some people working in the Greenhouse Cafe on his hydroponic systems. So I would absolutely love to connect you with him. We also, if you guys went to the activities gala, the little club there, you saw our little solar cart. We would love to get that up and running. It's not perfect yet. I think it mostly just needs a little bit of electrical work. So if you're willing to take on that project, that would be really cool to try to get that up and running. Even if you don't have full confidence that you're going to be able to get it to go, and you just want to play around with it or just look at it, that's totally fine too. There's a lot to learn with that project. The one that I think the last is Tapper Collective. They're located right by the Rochester Public Market, at this little house that they call First Market Farm. They just installed a greenhouse. They also want to do some water collection. They want to do some composting. So we're thinking of pairing up with them to do what ESW calls Build Day. Basically, it's you plan for 6 months, you get all the materials that you need, and then people from the community and from other ESW chapters all come, and then one day try to build something. So in this case, it would be the composters or the rainwater collection system. So I have a meeting with them tomorrow to figure out which of the 2 projects we're going to do. And then we're going to submit a proposal, and we need a project leader for that, absolutely. So if anyone's interested in that, definitely let me know. If there's a project that you're really interested in that wasn't those first 10 or so projects that I mentioned, absolutely fill out a project proposal form. It can be anything as long as it aligns with our mission, which is pretty loose, just kind of, environmental benefits in any way, shape, or form. It's pretty simple, just, your information, what the project's about how much you think it's gonna cost, how are we gonna know it's done, who's it gonna be for, very, very high level questions. So if you have a project, definitely ask me where you can get one of these. I'll send it to you and submit it at any time. It doesn't even have to be a project that you want to lead. If you're interested in a project that you think we could do in the future, even if you're not going to be here, let us know as well. Because maybe it could be a spring project. We look for a project here.
I just want to hit pause for just a second. I know that was a lot of information. Bree just mentioned I have over a dozen projects. You do not have to sign up for anything right away. This is just something for you to think about. next week, next meeting, which is next week, same time, we're gonna start putting these project teams together. If you feel very strongly about something, you're more than welcome to sign up for something now, but just so you know.
Hi, I'm Morgan, I'm the secretary, and some information about the membership. So more or less, it's broken into two main categories. First is the associate membership, which is designated for new members. It's sort of meant to act as a trial period to see whether or not you want to stick with the club. It'll be 1 semester long. After that, we'd ask you to go to full member, or you can jump right to full member, because it's pretty fun. With the associate membership, you don't have to pay any dues. You're limited to one club, and you can come to the general meetings, to on-campus events, and I believe most of the off-campus events, but there may be some limitations. When it comes to the full membership, it's a $10 fee, the $10 due. It lasts for one whole academic year, so you would pay right now, and it lasts for this semester and the following semester in the spring. You get all of the access. You're able to become an international member through ESW HQ. In addition to what the associate members are allowed to do, you can join an unlimited number of projects, and you can lead those projects. You can also vote in executive board elections, as well as run for an elected position. That's what you want.
Okay. So hi, I'm Alex. I'm the treasurer. So the links aren't set up yet for the dues, but when it is, I'm going to show you our nice fancy new website. So ESWRIT.com, pretty easy to remember. Go to membership. Okay.
That's not the website's problem.
Yeah, sorry. It's a little old.
And then the text is a little small here, but first you fill out this form, which is just your email address, name, and would you like to be added to the newsletter, which most of you I think already should be if you signed up at the club fair. And then this will be where you pay the dues, which isn't quite yet. So yeah. If you have any questions about it, you can just ask me.
Hello, everyone. I'm Sebastian. I'm the Internal Relations Officer. And so my job is to keep you guys interested in the SW. So we have a number of educational, social events that you can get involved with. Most notably, at the end of this week is the Bio Blitz. And so that's an opportunity to go on nature walks, learn about the environment, learn about biodiversity on campus, and how to special considerations to take in the spirit of environmentalism. There's going to be a sustainability social with SEAL, which is on the other side of the wall. And that'll be a lot of fun. We do an annual beach sweep. We go up to Lake Ontario and we try to keep our community clean in the spirit of sustainability. There will be Rock EV volunteer opportunities. Rock EV is a really awesome club on campus that works with electric vehicles. So really supporting the sustainability community on campus. That's important for us. And then we have weekly social events at my place. So we're gonna have this Friday, we're gonna have just a game night, some wine, some cheese, potluck, bring some food if you want. It's really casual. It's not like an official event. It'll be different each time. But there's sort of an opportunity to network a little more or just explore different aspects of sustainability. My sort of background is interested in sort of humanitarian development. So if you're interested in sustainability in the social aspect or economic aspects and not just the environmental aspect, I would really love to talk to you about that. And then we can watch films and documentaries. But yeah. So there's gonna be a number of tours in the upcoming semester. Anaerobic digester tour, campus engagement. Just to be transparent, these are not my slides, so I'm a little here. So every fall semester we host a conference that acts as a project expo. We bring in speakers from across the country to speak. This year's conference or banquet topic is food waste and food management. And then also in the spring is going to be the International ESW conference, which is held in El Paso, Texas. And something that you'll learn once you get into ESW is that we really are a national organization. We work with our other chapters, we talk, and nothing drives that home more than attending the conference, which is subsidized by the club, so it's at no cost to you, ideally. There's grants in the works. But yeah, look forward to it. So something that ESW does is a build day, and the build day is funded and the materials are provided by the HQ team, the leadership team. So this is a great opportunity to get off campus, work with the community, address a need. This is the Taproot Collective project, and we really want to get that as widespread as possible because Rochester is uniquely food insecure in terms of the status of most American cities. And so addressing that issue is a high priority. And the El Paso conference again is really, really fun. I attended it last year. I got a snazzy shirt. And then we always present at Imagine RIT with, it's another project expo. And you can display your research, your design projects, your builds. It's another great way to sort of put yourself out there, great resume items. Yeah. And then, yeah, SEAL, the Student Environmental Action League, is just next door. And last time I went out with them, we were like marching in DC. I made a beautiful Save the Turks sign. But they're great. They really do a lot of great stuff for like sustainability action, very in the immediate space. It's less technical, but getting involved in that community can be incredibly impactful.
Wait, before you move on, like, we all love SEAL. They're, no, we don't compete with them, like you saw on the slide, we work with them, we have a bet with them next week. But we still have to prove that we're better, right? So if everyone could just like cheer for a couple seconds, just, prove we're having more fun, right?
All right, on three. 1, 2, 3.
That was a good entrance. I want to see over first, so.
Just to be the normal cheer. But yeah, it's great to see so many new faces, and everyone on the board is incredibly friendly and approachable, and we've all been where you are. So whether you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, I've heard there's like a middler year is some term for a third year. So if you're a middler, you can also approach us. But yeah. So just one last reminder, BioBlitz, it's like, oh, you got this Friday? It's this Friday, so you better, that's Saturday and Sunday, Monday.
So I've had a lot of people ask what a BioBlitz is, probably for good reason. There's not very many of them up here. So a BioBlitz is what happens when the whole community gets together and tries to find as many species as they can within a certain boundary and time frame. And the reason we do this is because it's one of the best ways to learn very quickly about the environment around us. How many people here have been on the parts of RIT campus that don't include buildings?
Okay, about half. So RIT is built on a swamp. But that also means that we have a lot of cool things that not many people know about. No alligators that I've found so far, but never been a while. Anyway, the way this is gonna work is that we have a whole bunch of events planned. I think it's somewhere like a dozen. Here's the list. But it's gonna be all weekends, and the idea is everybody's gonna take pictures of things that they find on campus, and then we're going to upload them to a database. And that database will show where everything is found. It's might look a little bit daunting. It's pretty easy to use, in my opinion, and I can show anybody who's interested how to use it outside in the lobby afterwards. Yeah. I had another thought there. I forget what it was. What am I forgetting?
And non-ESW members.
Oh yeah, everybody's invited, so you don't have to be an ESW to do this. And we need volunteers for some of the events. Basically, if you know a lot about biology and want to help identify things, or you are good at getting people to sign waivers, or you just want to show people around campus, we need 20 people. Well, 20 positions. They can be like the same people if you want. But if you're interested in doing that, there should be a link to the next newsletter about that. Or you can come to me now. That'd also be fine. And we actually got through the meeting in record time. So if anybody has any questions off the bat, yeah.
What's a church?
Sure.
It's the boy.
Oh, right, yeah,
Sea
okay.
turtle. It's the honu. It's called the first. No. It's a beautiful creature.
This club is founded on trust.
Church is an anagram for. It sounds like it's an anagram for curse.
Okay.
Curse.
I'll believe you.
Yeah. So you were checking it in your head and you're realizing that line for copy.
Got me again. Okay, any other questions? Okay. You Brid, come up here.
What do you want?
We need to figure out what to do with the next 30 minutes.
Oh, I know.
Probably want to do.
That's an RIT slideshow that we talked about.
Yep. Say it again?
You guys did that RIT slideshow, show all the stuff.
Talk about what we did last year. It was awesome. Well, I was going to actually go because I flew through these projects, so I feel like you must have some sort of questions about these projects. That's just weird. Out of their own here. But I will ask if you have questions to that. Then we can talk about what we did last year. Because I think Sebastian mentioned this briefly, but anyone that works on a project for ESW can present at Imagine RIT. Raise your hand if you know what raise your hand if you don't know what Imagine RIT is. Okay, so
I kind of forgot what it was.
it's innovation and creativity festival, but basically there's
Oh, yeah,
there's
it's like-
hundreds of them. Yeah. Who's presenting that before? Okay. Have you guys presented for your clubs for what? What do you? For this club. Who's presented but not for this club? What do you present for? Meeting stuff?
It's for class.
Oh, for a class. That's great. You present for a class. Okay. What did you present for?
I had a system of lenses that when objects were placed with that system, would render said object invisible.
Do you do that yourself?
Yeah, as part of getting extra credit for a class.
Did anyone else present not for ESW?
I was in a pre-med club and we taught children how to deal with emergencies and what.
What did the fake one taste like?
I didn't like it.
What's the percent? I was in a wilderness first aid class. We had to go blood on our mouths, and it was minty. Okay, anyways. So, oh, yeah.
I have a question, because like, we just got in here super late.
Oh,
So
yeah.
is this, presentation being sent out so that we can like send projects?
Yeah, or either that or just the link, but I think we're just gonna send out the whole presentation.
You have to be part of the project in order to be part of ESW.
You don't have to be part of the project. We are a project-based club, so we encourage it, but we have all the events, we believe we need, so you can be as involved as you want to be. You don't have to be part of the project.
Does anybody already know that they want to be in one of these projects? Awesome.
Does anyone, think they want to be a project leader so far? Is anyone like nervous about project leadership versus project membership? If so, I want to hear your concerns. What are your concerns?
I don't know specific concerns, but in general.
Just in general?
Yeah.
Okay, where do you go?
Leading people. How
Have
does
you
it work?
been in a leadership position before?
It didn't go well.
What went wrong?
So I was vice president of animation club in high school. Problem was, a couple of guys basically hijacked it to show ironic meme videos, not even good meme videos, just like anime, the trashiest anime memes.
So just kind of like lost control.
And I was hoping we could like practice animation. We didn't really, like a couple people did that. I just sat in the corner reading articles, feeling sad for myself. Because we couldn't pick them out because there wasn't a lot of formal stuff around the club. I don't even know what I could have or should have done. Fine.
So about 1/3 of the project management course is learning how to manage, which obviously isn't always easy. But there's ways to, when you're especially when you're the one person leading the people to the part, there's a bunch of different ways, so. Anyone else have any concerns? What are yours?
I'm just looking at all the time, but like, I know I can do it. I just don't know how.
Oh, yeah. So it depends on like what project you're interested in, because some, if it's you and 1 or 2 other people, yeah, that's a huge time commitment. But if you're managing a team of 8 people, you can delegate tasks. And one of the first things that you're gonna do is you're gonna say, to all of your team members, realistically, how much time can you dedicate on this project? And then you're gonna say, okay, either I need another person to get this done, or I need to step it up, or someone else needs to step it up, or this project can't happen. Like, that's one of the first things you're gonna do is kind of figure out, okay, what other resources do I need to utilize?
Also, just as someone who's been on both ends of it, being a team member and also a team leader, everybody on a team still has the same vision. The goal is you all eventually want to clean the campus, build a solar dehydrator, et cetera. So you're not gonna have mutiny, in a sense. And you're not gonna have people that expect you to move the earth and the sun if they're not gonna do anything for you. On our teams, I think particularly if we do well here, is that we all have an idea of let's get this together and let's get this together, done together. So I know that I was pretty nervous actually when I led a team of 16. I didn't really have a right, yeah, it was crazy. But I didn't really have a reason to be after I met those people and got to know them. At some point they turned into my friends and we all kind of had a neat little nifty hobby of being wind turbines. So if you do have any fears, and they are valid, because if it's your first time especially in a role like that, it can be scary, but everybody here wants to help. Leadership wants to help you, your peers want to help you. And it looks amazing on a resume, so give it a shot, yeah.
What you got?
Have you guys worked with any other chapters in the region, or so like what you guys do?
Have we worked with any other ESW chapters in the region?
Yeah.
In the past, we've kind of been on and off, but we're trying to work with ESW U of R. And that's particularly probably for one of these projects, especially ones that are running in the city since they're closer anyways. Pretty much everything on this list, if we don't end up doing it, I'm going to recommend it. They're working on a big aquaponics project right now, so I would love to get some of our members working with them. But we haven't really teamed up as much as we could have. We're also trying to team up with some social events. But the biggest thing that we want to do is we want to get them involved in Build Day, especially since they're right there. As far as ones outside of Rochester, Cornell's came to our banquet last year, And we've stayed in contact with them, especially since they have a really huge chapter. They have a lot of different positions on their e-board, so we just kind of get in touch with them to see, how are you guys running so efficiently, what can we do better, and just getting feedback from them.
Just a point on that. ESW uses Slack to communicate, and so all the chapters are sort of like buzzing with one another. So as a past project leader, we didn't have Slack, but now we do. But even when we didn't have Slack, Bree right now is the project manager for ESW. So if you ever have any concerns, that's like part of her job is to help you out with some of your issues. But also anyone on e-board or past members of ESW, we've all sort of like gone through it, and we can help you work out like how to time manage or how to delegate tasks. And if you're trying to do something we haven't tried to do, there's Slack now, and you can communicate to any of the 50+ chapters, I think, across the US and Canada, who may have, and they're very open with sort of their best practices. So it's a good resource to take advantage of.
Who here has a Slack account? Okay. If you don't, I recommend getting one. I feel like RT is using them more and more. They've had them for a long time, but I never got one because I didn't think anyone was using them. But ESW uses a lot. Some of your other clubs might start using it. Some classes even use it. I just recommend it in general. What's cool about it is it's kind of like GroupMe, but you can have different channels. So for example, on the ESW one, there's different hobby channels. So there's one, I rock climb. So I'm in the rock climbing hobby channel, and we talk about sustainability in rock climbing, which is really cool. And if you're interested in this, that, or the other thing, there's always something on the Slack for you.
Does ESW ever work with like any other similar organizations like Engineers Without Borders or anything like that?
So there used to be an Engineers Without Borders here, and then it kind of turned into ESW. So we've never worked with Engineers Without Borders as far as I know. Correct me if I'm wrong. They didn't make it because we exist. Right.
The overlap was pretty much simple.
But as far as other organizations that we've worked with, like we work with Flower City Pickers, we're working with Taproot, we work with Greenhouse Cafe. So we're working within the Rochester community. When I stepped into the role as product manager, the biggest thing that I wanted to do was something that I noticed was, let's say the solar park, for example. We had this product and we were working on it and we kept trying to make it better, but we didn't really have a vision as to who is going to use this, who's this going to benefit. So the first thing I thought of was, okay, if we find a customer per se, and they have something that they're really passionate about, we can make something for them. So that's kind of the thing that we're doing, is trying to work with the Rochester community this year.
So we also are connecting with some of the alumni in the area. So Green Spark Solar Company, one of our ESW RIT alumni works there. So we're connecting with them, Rock EV, Rochester Electric Vehicles. So there's a few organizations besides some of these that we're trying to connect with to get more community involvement, networking, co-ops, etc. So there's a lot of opportunity growing there.
Skipping ahead to this, because we kind of ran right through this. If you want to talk about some of these in more detail.
No worries, over. Also, my name is Kira. I'm the public relations officer, and as you were mentioning, time management's hard. 3 board members showed up late. I apologize, but that's working at the kinks too. So if you do try to do project leader, you're worried about time management. You have time to work at the kinks. I'm good here, and I still haven't figured it out. But anaerobic digesters form. So one of the events that we put on at the end of the year last year was our first thing that we hosted. Want to make it an annual event, but this year we're focusing on sustainable agriculture. So tying into that would be composting. So an anaerobic digester, it's essentially that, but there's 2 facilities about 40 minutes from here. So we're working on a tour date to go to both of them in one shot. So that timing is iffy, having it out on the weekends is difficult. So you can fill out the when to meet to try to work with your weekday schedules. We can sort that out a little bit better. And campus engagement, we're going to have multiple options for that, whether it's getting people involved in ESW, recruiting, advocating for a fundraiser, just a tabling event. We do a hot cocoa event every year. People bring their own mug to it. We give away hot chocolate and hot cocoa. Green Star Tour, so that's the solar company I mentioned that has the alumni there. So we ever kind of tour their facility and also partnering with them for networking events. And that's another thing that needs the date flexibility, scheduling, and be tricky. But right now, Green Spark hosts a networking event, so we're gonna try to pair with them. They have a lot of connections in the area, more so than ESW RIT does right now. So we're building off of those to get something that's actually close to the career fair, but hopefully everyone's gonna be here for that anyway, so it'll be good timing. Zero Waste Conference, how much did you guys cover for this?
Oh, we didn't even talk about the Zero Waste Conference.
Yeah, so that's something that actually happens in Philly. Seal usually goes to it every year, Student Environmental Action Week, and next door. But that's something they go to anyway, so we're gonna encourage signing up for it. They discuss zero waste to landfill, different projects if you wanted to get involved in workshops. So that's a 2-day event, so think about timing for that. And then second annual banquet, which is really a reward for our members. You have a project expo for that, at the beginning that you can show up for your projects if you weren't involved in a project, see what your other members did, or other student organizations. We invite Rocky V will hopefully come through this year. Water for Sudan came for it last year, I think it was water. So this community event, project expo, time for you to reward yourself, semi-formal dinner, and we get keynote speakers to come and talk about topics. So bit of a everything from there. Questions?
How are we supposed to remember all these dates?
So if you go to the ESW website, you have to go all the way to the top corner where it says more. There's an events word you can click on. And that first link on that page is the ESW calendar, which has all the events. So we may also try to share our Google Calendar, which you can sync with your Google account. So just let that go.
Is Brian Garza with that? Is he
Is
what?
Brian
Like the faculty contact? Yeah, we have two. So we have Lauren Thorne and Sarah Burnell.
How are they involved in like the events? Or are they involved in anything for us?
So the main thing that they're both involved in is Sarah gives us some projects. So the solar installation project, that was Sarah's idea to give that to us. It wouldn't otherwise been a senior design project. So now this is something that we're working on, and we're working with 3 different senior design teams to incorporate their projects and get this all done by next year. But Brian is actually the one who owns the bug cut, so we have to work with both of them for that. The other one was, she connected us with Waterford, I think Waterford South Sudan was her idea. No, they reached out to us. She has reached out to us with other project opportunities. We haven't taken all of them, but I sit with Sarah, every couple weeks to figure out, okay, what projects should we work on? But we also go to her to, figure out funding and figure out which projects should we do, which is worth our money, where else can we get funding. Both Brian and Sarah work with grant writing a lot, so we're trying to connect with them to do a grant writing workshop. So that's one of their biggest goals for this semester, at least.
Along with grant writing, there's 540 West Community.
Oh, yeah.
They have all sorts of free events, 2 of which are grant workshops, which are also posted on our calendar, part of the ESW calendar. But those are something that we'll just advertise things happening in the community that we might not be doing as a group, but we would encourage you to try, or at least to know about. Rochester actually has a lot going on sustainability wise, so it's good to be involved.
Okay, so in the next 20 minutes or so before the meeting's over, I think it would be interesting at least, if you could turn to people on your table or people sitting next to you. Talk about what projects you might be interested in, if you want to work with people around you. So we're here to start. This is a very diverse community, to say the least. So.
Bye, 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 bye.